What's going on YouTube? I wanted to make as quick a video as possible featuring a bunch of stuff that I use to collect Pokemon cards, and this applies to Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, basketball, Topps cards, literally any trading card that you have that you might collect. This should work as long as it fits the standard size for penny sleeves, Dragon Shield, stuff like that. I'm gonna go over all of this. I have a couple energy cards kind of to show you guys how they would fit and how I protect my cards. So I'm gonna go from top to bottom here. First one is team bags. Now, a lot of people end up using Ultra Pro team bags, which is fine. Problem is they leave a lot of space on the sides. And I have an example here of this other team bag here I'll go over. So this Alakazam is in a team bag, but not an Ultra Pro team bag. You basically can't tell that there's a team bag around it. And that's because I'm using these Superior Fit Innovation team bags. They're actually very good. It's a private company. I'll link them in the description down below, but I buy a bunch of these to put my top loaders in them, and they work really, really well. I prefer these way better than the Ultra Pro ones, and plus they're tapered at the end, so when you fold them down to stick them, they don't flare out, to the sides here. But yeah, they're pretty good. I love these team bags. They're amazing. These are more for I don't know, bigger collections. Like if you were to want to put a one touch in a team bag, use these. They'd be better. But I use these just to kind of keep some bulk cards. Maybe if I'm shipping something out, I'll use the team bags for those top loaders. And for inner sleeves, there's actually 3 inner sleeves that I use. Or actually, there's 4 inner sleeves that I have, but I only use one of them for my top loaders and one of them for my binders, and I'll go over that. First, Kmc Perfect Fit. This is like the gold standard for trading cards. If you have Pokemon Magic cards, this is the gold standard for inner sleeve. Second, the ones that I prefer, Dragon Shield Perfect Fits. They are pretty much identical to the Kmc Perfect Fits, but I will see if I can show you a size comparison here. I'll open these up here. I don't really use these. I think I've used them a couple times, but I have them as like a backup. Now, as far as how thick they are, the one on my left hand is the Kmc, the one on my right hand is the Dragon Shield, and they feel pretty much identical. I don't know if you'd be able to pick that up in camera, but the Dragon Shield is a little clearer than the Kmc's. And let's see, get some size comparison here. Not a lot of people end up doing this on YouTube, so hopefully this will kind of help you guys out. As far as size comparison, exactly the same. I think the dimensions here on the KMC's 64 by 89 millimeters, and for the Dragon Shield, it is they don't have the side here. Just here we go. So yeah, 63 by 88 millimeters. So they're a millimeter smaller, but when you do a size comparison side by side, they are literally the same. There's no size difference in between. So I don't know why they have different dimensions, but I like the Dragon Shields. Preferably they're a little clearer than the KMC's. Dragon Shields though are a little bit more expensive, so whatever your budget allows, I go for that. The other inner sleeve that I use for my binder collections, penny sleeves, Ultra Pro penny sleeves. They're a lot bigger. I'll take a Dragon Shield here. They're a lot bigger, obviously. They're not, perfect fit, so when you put them in a top loader, they actually will be better in a top loader than a KMC or Dragon Shield, mainly because they don't move so much. But for my binder collection, I use Ultra Pro 4x4 row binders, and the Ultra Pro penny sleeves end up fitting a lot better in the sleeves because it prevents the card from moving around. And I'll show you an example of that in a little bit here. But penny sleeves is another option. Put this Dragon Shield here. I also use Dragon Shield outer sleeves, and this is just a clear matte one that I have here. And let me grab an energy here. So if I were to grab this penny sleeve, put a steel energy, try to put it in here, not gonna fit. It's too big. Okay. If you want to use the outer sleeve by itself, you can. It's perfectly fine. However, to preserve a collection, I much rather use a perfect fit sleeve. As you can see, there's no overhang on the top like there is on a penny sleeve, and neither on the sides. So when you throw this into an outer sleeve, it fits perfectly. It's not going to move. It's not going to come out. A lot of people end up putting their cards upside down and then putting the opening on the bottom here and doing it that way. However, I've run into issues doing that. I would much rather have the 4-way protection. And the reason I don't use these dragon shields is you just saw right now, I pushed it down from the top and it brings, it exposes the card from the bottom. So what's in the sleeve is not going to be protected. So in order to do that, you got to put it in here, dig your finger through the back and kind of push along. But I got a lot of cards to sort through. So this is in the sleeve and it's perfectly fine. But taking the effort to do that, I'm not too big of a fan. However, Dragon Shield did come up with a solution, and that's this resealable sleeve here. It's a little bit more time consuming to put the sleeve or put the card in the sleeve, but it offers that 4-way protection. So I'll put a card here upside down, and this little flap just tucks under here and throw it in there. So it's a little more time consuming, but 4-way protection. The only opening is right here, but there's nothing getting inside. Then you can throw this in a Dragon Shield without, push on the bottom all day long, and it's not going to come out. There's plenty of videos of these sleeves on the internet, so go ahead and look them up if you want an in-depth review. But I highly recommend the Dragon Shield resealable sleeves. My preferred way of double sleeving cards. And as far as top loaders go, I have 2 of them here. Now there's a Hobby Lobby next to my house, and the Hobby Lobby, which is this one here on my left side, they're very nice. They're actually clearer than the Ultra Pro. You can also get some BCW ones as well, but I end up getting the Ultra Pro ones. I did get a Hobby Lobby for a while, and I stopped using them, and I'll tell you why. So I end up using the Dragon Shield resealable sleeves, right? And I'll put them in a top loader. So if you put them in this Hobby Lobby top loader, it's kind of a tight fit, which is fine. Then you end up banging it on the table and you put it in and everything's, fine, right? However, there's a lot of people who end up double sleeving their cards. Okay. Dragon Shield and a Dragon Shield, double sleeve right here. And then they put them in the top loader. I put them in an Ultra Pro, bang it down a little bit, and it's perfectly fine. That's actually how I protect my base set. My base set is in a Dragon Shield resealable sleeve, in a Dragon Shield outer sleeve in the matte, and then put into an Ultra Pro top loader, and then into a Superior Fit sleeve. Overkill, I know, but it's how I like to protect my cards. If you guys want to try it, highly recommend. You don't have to double sleeve. I just took the card out of the Dragon Shield. You don't have to double sleeve and then put in a top loader. And the reason I don't use the Hobby Lobby top loaders anymore is because of this issue. When I did double sleeve at one point, they are a super tight fit, and I don't want to end up damaging the card, so I'm not even going to try. So if you're going to end up using penny sleeves or just a single sleeve and putting it in a Hobby Lobby top loader, go for it. If you're going to double sleeve, use an Ultra Pro or BCW. Ultra Pro and BCWs are virtually identical. I just get Ultra Pro. I have hundreds of them on hand. And if you want to use a penny sleeve in a top loader, which is also a pretty good, oh, wrong one. Penny sleeves right here. If you want to use a penny sleeve in a top loader, it's also pretty good to use, mainly because the sleeve, since it's got so much more room, the sleeve's bigger, it'll take up more space in the top loader, which essentially prevents the card from moving that much more if you were to use a Dragon Shield or a KMC Perfect Fit. But I use the penny sleeves for binders, and I'll show you in a little bit what I mean. Another way to protect your cards, Card Saver 1s or Card Saver 2s, which I believe are smaller, I think. But I end up using Card Saver 1s because I do send cards to PCA to get graded. Here's a Charizard Evolutions. So the way you would do it is you would basically put your card in a penny sleeve here. Let me take this one out. So you put your card in a penny sleeve, throw it into a Card Saver 1, squeeze the sides to open it, grab the card from the top and just push it down. Not all the way, just enough where the whole thing's in there. Some people end up like to put a double-sided sticky note on the back of the penny sleeve, not the card, but the penny sleeve to create a pull tab, so it's easier for PCA or the graders to pull the card out. I have heard that they don't actually manually take the card out, that they actually cut the card saver. They don't return the card savers unless you ask them, but they end up cutting the card saver, removing the card, and then getting it graded that way. I don't know if that's actually true or not. A lot of people just end up using little post-it notes and getting a pull tab. If you're doing it for your own personal collection, I do recommend the pull tab. It's much easier taking the card out rather than, you know, trying to open up the card saver, digging the card out, because there is a potential way to where you damage the card. Another way to protect your cards here, Ultra Pro One Touches. I love these things. They're amazing. They're pretty expensive for what they are. If you go to Walmart, you can get one for about $1.18 or so. They're a little over $1 a piece. They're pretty expensive. I think a 10 pack is like $40 or something on Amazon. But essentially, they're held in by magnets. You could put the card in by itself, which is fine. But if you notice here, there's a lot of wiggle room. Don't recommend putting the card just in there by itself. Use a KMC or a Dragon Shield or a resealable Dragon Shield. Put it in there, and then there's no movement. And that's actually how I have this Blastoise. I have it in a Dragon Shield resealable sleeve. Put it in there. Corners are protected. Just throw this up here. Let the magnet do its job, and it's not going to come out. The only way to take it out is just put your fingernail in there and kind of just pry it open. But this is another way of protecting your cards. I do this for cards I want to have on display. I actually have a Squirtle and a Wartortle and a Blastoise here, and I kind of have them all three lined up. So it's a pretty good way to protect your cards as well. Another good way, and probably the best way, is getting your cards graded. Now, it's very expensive to get your card graded. PSA has a turnaround time between a month to up to a year. And I actually spent the $50. I'm not a member with PSA. I do want to get a membership eventually, but I ended up sending 2 Charizards, this one and the Burning Shadows Rainbow Rare, into PSA. Spent $50 per card. Got them back in about 5 weeks. Pretty good turnaround. You know, I did it back in October, got my cards in December. So not too bad, but I'm not about to spend $50 per card. I only did it with those 2 cards because these have a lot of value and I do like them. But if you want to get your cards preserved, you know, and go overkill, get them graded. Send them to PSA, Beckett, CGC, and any grading service that you can afford, that you like the labels. I just like PSA. Plus, it's highly it's got high resale value. So I highly recommend getting your cards graded for ultimate protection. Now, let me throw these things aside, and I'm going to show you guys how I protect my cards in binders, which is very different from collecting them in top loaders or in a BCW shoebox. This is one example. This small binder here is an Ultra Guard or Ultimate Guard compact binder. It's a 2x2, four cards per page, double-sided. Now the sleeves they sell separate. You have to get the binder and then the pages by themselves. And the way I protect my promo cards is how I did double sleeving. So if I take this one out, it's in a Dragon Shield resealable sleeve. I throw it in a Dragon Shield matte black. All my promos are in matte black sleeves. That way I know they're promos. And then I throw them in here in the these are Ultimate Guard 8-pocket binder pages. Now another way you can throw some cards in. So I'll take this one for I think this is a KMC here. So you could just throw in the card here, which is not too bad. It just leaves a little bit more wiggle room for the card to move during transport. If you're moving the binder a lot, there's potential ways for the card to kind of move and slip out. If you don't want that happening, then I highly recommend double sleeving, throwing it in here, and then making it a little bit of a tighter fit. And I believe penny sleeves fit in these. Now penny sleeves don't actually fit in the Ultimate Guard binder pages. Not all the binder pages. This 2x2, this 8-pocket one, fits perfectly fine. And that's actually how I protect my cards. I use the Ultra Pro binders, but this is how I use penny sleeves for protecting my binder set. So I'll throw a card in a penny sleeve, throw it into a binder, and it's because it's kind of a tight fit. I don't know if you guys can catch it on camera, but it's kind of a tight fit here. Highly recommend for you guys to use a penny sleeve before putting your card just bare into a binder sleeve. I'm not a big fan of just putting the cards in a binder sleeve. I highly recommend using penny sleeves in here. So that's how I do protect my binder collection. Let me see if I can give you an example here of something that may not fit. So here's actually a couple examples. Here's a bear card. You know, there's no sleeve on this one. There's a Dragon Shield resealable sleeve, Dragon Shield outer sleeve, and this one is double sleeved in here. I was taking it to my local card shop because he actually wanted to purchase a bunch of these binder pages, and I wanted to show him. But if I were to take the penny sleeve and throw it in here, this doesn't fit. This very top one, I mean, it's like the tightest fit that you can find on, you know, putting your cards in here. It's weird because it's the same company, Ultimate Guard pages, and the 2x2s. This fit in a 2x2 sleeve. This doesn't fit in a 3x2. So don't recommend using penny sleeves for these guys. If you're going to be using these Ultimate Guard binder pages, I highly recommend either double sleeving or single sleeving your cards. Another way, which is how I use my penny sleeves, is I end up using Ultra Pro premium binders. And these premium binders fit penny sleeves perfectly fine. It's Ultra Pro penny sleeve into an Ultra Pro binder. You'd expect them to fit, and they do. So I'll take this Yanma out. And the way I actually protect my cards here is I'll throw the reverse hollow on the front, the non-hollow in the back, and I'll just show the reverse. But these fit perfectly fine into a binder sleeve here, and that's how I preserve my entire binder collection. So every single card in this binder is in a penny sleeve and in the binder. So this is how I protect my binder collection. But again, when it comes to top loaders, if you want to preserve your cards, I highly recommend using top loaders within either an inner sleeve or double sleeving, and then putting it in a team bag. Again, highly recommend Superior Fit Innovations. I'll put a link in the description to where I got these. They have team bags for the PSA slabs, which I don't know if you guys caught that, but this is in a team bag. It's one of the Superior Fit ones, so this is not exposed to anything, which is actually pretty cool. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys liked the video. If you guys have any questions on how I protect my cards, I do have shoe boxes, you know, those BCW 2-row shoe boxes, and I have a couple card houses where I put my bulk and everything in there as well. Those aren't protected because, you know, it's bulk. But if you guys have any questions on my collection, if you want me to go more in depth in how, you know, I use these or double sleeving or anything, ask me in the comments. I'll elaborate a little more, and I'll leave some descriptions on some of these products so you guys can test them out and try them out for yourselves. But thanks for watching, guys. If you guys want to see me stream, I stream here on YouTube. I used to stream on Twitch, but I stream here on YouTube whenever I have free time. I'm usually playing games, Warzone, Apex. I do open up Pokemon cards from time to time. So if you guys want to check that out, and subscribe, leave a like, follow, comment, hit that notification bell, get notified when I upload videos like these. I do upload Pokemon unboxing videos, which is YouTube shorts, are about 30-35 seconds long. If you want to see me open up some packs, I do open up packs on stream as well, if you want to see me do that. But thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.